22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. That one caught out wide by Julio. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. They'll run with a big back, A.J. Dillon. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They go play action. It's McNabb. They'll roll him out right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now McNabb. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Von Miller, he was the one getting in there, able to wreak his usual havoc.
And every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Now Dillon on the inside give. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down. So do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility. But now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again, because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
This little short throw to Witten. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down. They'll run for it with Dillon. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. McNabb to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The veteran Kyle Van Noy in there to drop him.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after him.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. to throw. McNabb. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return, Hester. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Ready, set.
No score after one on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Come on. Hey.
They run again with Dillon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
3rd and 2. He's got his target. That's complete. But he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 66 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll run. It's Tolbert. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Mike Tolbert taking it in from a yard out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it into play before with a smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And that has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Extra point by Elam, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Elam to kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
And Watson has it right side. Escapes the defender. A second nice move. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now it's McNabb. He completes it to Julio Jones. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. McNabb sliding out of the pocket. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Jason Witten from 13 yards out. And the Falcons are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he returns this to the 22. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It's a gain of 10.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Out of the gun, McNabb. Oh, he's looking long for Witten. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First and 10.
From the gun, here's McNabb. And Watson has it right side. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. They'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And out across midfield down to the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Here's McNabb. Out route to Hill, complete. A nice little juke. Still going. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A big play there. 45 yards. And the Falcons come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
And there's a situation where as a tight end, once he gets that end zone in his sights, he's not going to back down from anyone. He doesn't worry about running to daylight. He doesn't mind running through contact. That's totally fine by him.
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. They run once more with Dillon. And he powers his way up past the 30. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Going quickly out to the right side. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They give to Dillon out of the gun. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Running right, here's Dillon. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. A play fake. Now McNabb. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So it's a turnover there on the lost fumble, and this 3rd quarter could not really have started worse.
I think that's a great observation because this was a close game at the half. They gave up the touchdown the opening drive. Now they turn over the football. This game, they can get away from them pretty quickly if their defense doesn't step up right here.
On the handoff, Watson. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
A slant to Jones. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They'll run with Watson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And his kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Brian Urlacher. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. But here in the fourth quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defense.